The Galaxy Note 8 is the first Samsung smartphone with a dual camera. In this video, we take a look at its new features. Both cameras have 12 megapixels. The wide-angle lens has a focal length of 26 millimeters and a 0.39-inch sensor with an aperture of f1.7. The telephoto lens has a focal length of 52 millimeters but has a much smaller sensor at 0.27 inches with an aperture of f2.4. So what does Samsung plan to do with all of this? Upon starting up the camera app, you first get an image of the wide-angle camera. If you tap the X2 button, the camera switches to the telephoto lens. Alternatively, you can switch between these two lenses using 2 fingers to zoom. On the left side of the app, there are a few icons that allow you to configure the LED flash. Instead of the HDR option that you find on the S8 and S8 Plus, you can now choose to go into full screen mode with the camera. However, it's worth bearing in mind that this mode does not provide a reliable view of the resulting photo. The button in the lower left corner allows you to switch between rear and front cameras. On the top left is the settings button. Here, you can find the settings for the photo resolutions, including the RAW recording option. Beneath this, you can opt for Ultra HD. Interestingly, you can also configure the HDR mode to off, automatic, or always on. Samsung also offers a few additional ways to trigger the camera, such as by gesture or touching the pulse sensor, or by voice, but this can be found elsewhere in the settings. There are 3 additional features on the main screen of the camera app. As with the S8, you can choose between various stickers for decorating faces with rabbit ears, glasses, and other fun and silly things. The new live focus feature is particularly interesting. Here, the camera app uses the offset between the 2 lenses to calculate a depth map of the subject and accurately blur the background. A practical feature of the Note 8 is that there is also a preview for the intensity of the effect. Speaking of intensity, this can be adjusted by using the slider. The quality of the effect is much better in the finished photos than in the preview. On the left side of the screen, there's an interesting option called Dual Capture. If the feature is activated, the camera app also saves the original photo without the bokeh effect, in case the effect created isn't quite the desired result. In the gallery, there is a button to jump to the unedited photo. Both the wide-angle and telephoto photos are available. For further editing, there's the usual selection of sliders for brightness, contrast, and so on, as well as a few photo filters and a cropping tool. Last but not least, the Note 8 also includes Bixby Vision in the camera app. Here, the camera of the smartphone can be used as a scanner to detect all sorts of things, and then, for example, buy them online. This feature will be discussed in more detail in our in-depth review, as well as the image quality of the 3 cameras on board the Note 8. If you swipe from left to right, you get the different shooting modes. In addition to automatic mode, there's also a pro mode, which allows you to manually adjust the exposure compensation, white balance, focus, image style, shutter speed, and ISO sensitivity. However, I find it a shame that Samsung only offers up to ISO 800. On the left, there are options for autofocus mode and exposure control, either including the entire image or just a selected part of the image. The icons for flash, full screen, and selfies are also here. Furthermore, the Galaxy Note 8 comes with a panorama mode, and with the slow motion mode you can get 240 frames per second at 720p resolution, just like on the S8. Hyperlapse creates image-stabilized time-lapse videos, while the food mode draws the viewer's attention to the food in the image. Finally, Virtual Shot allows you to create shots with dynamic perspective. And that was our first look at the Galaxy Note 8's camera features. For more information, check out androidpit.com and don't forget to like and subscribe.